What's going on, everybody? This is the Movie Maniac, and today I'm going to rank the 4 MCU directed Russo Brothers movies. So let's get right to it. I'm going to go down these rather quickly. I'm going to give you my top 3 because 2 of the titles are actually tied for a certain spot. This is also not my idea. I got this from a channel called Cinema Smashers. Very friendly guy. It's nice to have more people in that community who are nice. So first up on my list is Civil War. The hype leading up to this movie was insane, by the way. Basically, everybody was calling it a not Avengers film, and it's to see them ripped apart and then fight each other. It just sounded fantastic. And while I do think this is a good movie, I also think there are some real missed opportunities here. The introduction of Black Panther is great. The introduction of Spider-Man is terrific. And the airport scene is spectacular. Anytime Tony Stark and Steve Rogers are on screen together, kind of discussing things or going at it, it's done so well. The problem is, I actually want more of everything I just told you. I think they could have gone back and completely reworked the first half of Civil War. It takes a long time to get going. There are little scenes sprinkled in to keep the viewer's attention, but I just feel like it didn't deliver on all of its promises. They pumped up this idea that the Avengers were going to go at it, and yeah, it does kind of happen, but when you're given an opportunity of that magnitude, really just go all in. And I really felt that only happened maybe once or twice in the entire duration of the running time. Still a good movie, but for now I'm going to give it about a 7 out of 10, and I do recommend it. Number 2 is a tie between The Winter Soldier and Infinity War. I think they knocked it out of the park with these two. I'll talk about The Winter Soldier real quick. I think it is a fantastic action flick. And yes, you heard me right. I didn't call it a superhero film. I called it an action movie because that's one of the first things I said in 2014 when I walked out of the theater. I remember talking to some friends of mine. I said, that really felt more like an action film. And I think that's exactly the way it should have been. You know, it could have taken the superhero route, but it became almost this political thriller that had a real paranoid tone to it. And it all just pieced together so flawlessly, and you really have to hand it to the Russo brothers. They're the ones you have to really give major credit to for pulling something like that off. Infinity War, you have to love it just because of the ambition. I saw it twice in the theater. I had a blast both times, and it's obviously a movie that's easy to recommend. It never really felt like anyone was shortchanged except for Black Widow. I thought that she was a little underutilized in Infinity War. The beginning, the middle, the end, it all just flowed together so nicely. And then it gave us the big surprise ending, which I didn't really care for at first because I thought it was a gimmick. But then when I went to the theater and saw it on the second viewing, I came to appreciate it a lot more. It's a very good film, and maybe one day I'll come along and say it's a great movie. Number 1 is Endgame. I think this is one of the biggest cinematic achievements of the 2010s. I did an entire review on this, which I highly recommend checking it out. It is a spoiler review. I'm going to link to it below. I had so much to say about it, and I went and saw it again, this time in IMAX, and I have even more to say, and a lot of it is spoiler heavy, so this is a non-spoiler review that you're watching. I'll just say that in that review, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I'm going to go ahead and hold that here because I think it's such a special experience, and nobody can really copy Endgame. If anybody tries to copy it, it's just going to be really obvious. I think filmmakers can be inspired by it. I think that there are aspects of it that they can kind of give a nod to, but if you try and take that whole thing and carry it over to your particular picture, everybody's going to be onto it, and everybody's going to know. So once you hit something like that, you know you've struck gold. And they struck gold with Endgame. 9 out of 10. That's a rating I don't give out very often, so it really is something that's truly special. And I just wanted to go through these movies real quick with you. As you can tell, my analysis, for the most part, is pretty general. because I can't review all 4 movies, or else this would probably be a 40-minute video, and I just want to do something real quick with you guys. I do hope you appreciate it. Again, this video was inspired by Cinema Smashers. Thank you all for watching. What's your order of the MCU Russo Brothers directed movies? Because I know not everyone really shares mine. I guess I'm a little bit of an oddball in the way I've organized my list here, and I want to hear what you have to say. Leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe so you can stay inside the mind of a movie maniac.